Hey all, Joe here, and today I'm going to be starting to work on a new resource for my tabletop role-playing games. A deck of non-player characters. So, if you don't know what a non-player character is, but you stayed anyway, a non-player character, or NPC, is a character in the game world who isn't one of the main characters, they just kinda live there. These are going to be shopkeepers, nobles. Basically, imagine if you go to a theme park, everyone who isn't the mascots, the vendors, the security, all that jazz. Now, in a theme park, you're not really going to interact with these people enough to learn their names, their personalities, but in your hometown, especially if it's a small town, you might know the person who runs the local bakery. You might know the sheriff. These are people you might actually get to know and interact with, and they could become a big part of the story that you and your friends are telling together. So, NPC can refer to this kind of a character in either a video game or a tabletop game, but this card will specifically be for a tabletop gaming character. The goal with this project will be to create a deck of interesting NPCs who can quickly just pull out a few cards to real quick populate your towns and taverns whenever your players are like, hey, who do we see in this room? This character is named Deoric of Grenswood. It's important to make your character names pronounceable. One way to do this very easily is to use real names, and fantasy does that all the time. You've got Matt from Wheel of Time, Tom from Lord of the Rings, or Richard from The Sword of Truth. However, you can also just tweak a real name, which is what I did to turn Derek into Deoric. It feels fantastic and unreal, but it's not just a mash of consonants strung together incoherently, which is ideal. I mean, think about it. Have you ever been taken out of a story because the main character was named Forgetskskthra? Now imagine that name in a game where you have to say the name and stay in character, all to keep the story going. It's not awesome. It's not how you want to run your games. So, we have this character, Deoric. Deoric is married and has 7 half-elf children. We'll give him a couple of story hooks. These aren't really meant to be full-blown quest lines, but just some very small mini-quests that can add some flavor to the world. He isn't asking you to save the world from ultimate evil, but everyone wants something. And now I sound like an 80s ad executive. That's a bad look. Moving on. Anyway, he will be eager to secure good apprenticeships for his children, since the area probably won't be able to support 7 trained tinsmiths in the next generation. And we'll also say that he's an eager buyer of Elven blush wines. This will give something that the players can keep in mind if they ever get their hands on a bottle and are looking for a buyer. So, the players might meet, shuffle, shuffle, pull a card, a tinsmith. Do they need to buy some tin goods, or maybe sell off this elven blush they've found? Or will the conversation with this man lead them to seek out craftsmen who need to find apprentices? Or, every possibility, you'll introduce him, and then move on. One card does not a deck make, and I'm hoping to swing back around to this series in the future so that they might see Deoric the Elven Tin Smith and say, oh, neat, who's that other guy in the corner? I only made the one card. Give me a minute. That's not what you want. That's not the situation you want to come up from this, so no, we're gonna have a bunch. I'm getting some lists together and I'm figuring out where this is gonna go from here. And here's Deoric of Grenswood. Thanks for watching. Please share the video with a friend and let me know what you'd like to see me draw in a future video. All that said, later y'all.